All right, we're back here on SportsLine. Titans wrapping up day 4 of practice today, second day in pads. They now have a day off tomorrow, which is a little bit early in training camp. But what it does, as Mike Malarkey said today, is it spaces out that first week, which is oftentimes a very long, grueling time. You've got to take a day off at some point. So why not take it in the middle of the week and give these guys a little bit of a time to recover and get back, get focused, and then have really good practices towards the end of the week. They're back on the field Thursday and Friday morning, and then Saturday night, 6 o'clock at Nissan Stadium. They'll go through basically a game dress rehearsal, a little bit of a scrimmage there. Fans are welcome to come in. They want to get these guys used to the lights and the routine of going over to Nissan Stadium and getting ready for a game, because a week from Saturday, you open the preseason up against the San Diego Chargers as Ken Whisenhunt comes back to Tennessee to take on his former team in the first game of the season. And then you get right into the preseason schedule with 4 games in a little bit less than 4 weeks. And then you get ready for the regular season, which kicks off September 11th against the Vikings over at Nissan Stadium. Marcus Mariota in his second training camp, in his second season in the NFL. Number 2 pick in the draft last year, had a very good rookie season on a very bad football team, tied for the worst record in the league, but he had statistically a very strong freshman campaign despite having a couple of knee injuries and not a lot of weapons to work with. The Titans have done their best this offseason to make sure that, one, Mariota's healthy, which he is, to bolster the offensive line to try to protect him and to get him some more weapons, which they've done in wide receiver and, of course, with DeMarco Murray in the trade and Derrick Henry in the draft in the backfield. It's now up to Mariota to lead this offense and this team to better things in 2016. Catch up with the quarterback for the first time during training camp after practice today.
You spoke on Friday about you know what to expect now coming through camp after last year. How much is that helping you out here this year?
Just coming out here, you feel a lot more comfortable. You know, everything's familiar. You know, you kind of know what to expect in terms of the everyday grind, what's expected of you in the schedule. So, you know, not being a rookie this time of the year is also pretty nice too. But yeah, it's just a lot more comfortable.
Sometimes you flash the stop and go beat out here on runs. Is that something that's always been in the repertoire, or is that something you've worked on? No,
it's always been there. You know, college I could kind of get around the corner with it. This level, it's not necessarily. But, you know, it's something I kind of do instinctively, not really something I think about.
Is that the same as the Deion step that you took?
I guess. I don't know what it is. It just kind of comes out sometimes.
What do you think it opens things up when you ever bust off some runs?
Well, you know, I hope it adds a dimension to our offense. Allows us to be versatile. You know, allows us to do a lot of different things, whether it's nakeds, whether it's zone read. So I think, you know, hopefully that can add a weapon to our team and make our offense that much more better.
What's the key towards forming a new relationship with guys like Richard and Tajay, who are out there a lot? What are the early keys to a quarterback and a receiver?
Just reps. You know, as you continue to go through training camp, you know, learning more and more about the guy, what he's capable of doing, understanding where he's going to come in and out of his breaks. A lot of that stuff just comes with reps and experience. His physical presence, you know, he's pretty savvy, really good route runner. You know, he's done in these couple of days things that you know, you kind of seen when he's been out on the field. So you know, we're excited to have him and look forward to having him on the field.
Coach Malarkey said you guys have really struggled to hit that severe pass that you found to Kendall on twice. Field, side, what's changed there to allow that?
You know, both times I feel that they're both great catches. You know, I tried my best to fit it in there, and Kendall really made a great play. You know, to have a receiver being able to do that across the middle is going to be really helpful for us.
Come off like a real rookie. A lot of the guys saying he's been pretty composed. I wonder if you've noticed that yourself.
For sure. Really from the moment he got here, coming off the line, his route running has been really crisp. And as we continue forward, he's got to continue to learn, how to get off press, how to work against different coverages. But from what we've seen so far, he's done a really good job.
He said that from his point of view, his job is to feel like that the quarterback can trust him on every single play. How much as a quarterback do you appreciate a receiver that does that sort of thing?
Oh, that's huge. It's critical. A lot of times you have to throw with anticipation, and being able to trust the receiver and where he's going to be at makes our job a lot easier.
What kind of feel, you spend a lot of time, I know, signing autographs yesterday. What kind of feedback you get from the fans, whether it's on the defensive line or just out and about these days, as people recognize you?
Excitement. A lot of enthusiasm. But again, that's an expectation that we got to live up to. We can't go out there and not do well. As we continue to go forward in this training camp, if we get better, hopefully that excitement will continue to grow.
There's been a lot of talk about the way Andre can affect the receivers room. You get the sense that DeMarco's already affected the running back room in a similar fashion?
For sure. Bringing in a veteran guy, who's done it at a very high level, who's played for quite some time, there's a lot of respect. And, a lot of guys are going to listen to what he does or watch what he's doing out on the field, how he's working. And you can kind of see that carrying over with DeMarco and the running backs, and even a little so right now with how Andre's been handling the receiver.
Do you feel like Kendall's a better fit in the slot than on the outside, and if so, why?
He's a very versatile player for us. He's had success both inside and out, so we'll see what ends up happening. But to me, it doesn't matter. I think he's effective everywhere.
Jack has won a couple of individual, offensive line versus defensive line competitions. You like what you've seen out of Jack, coming in and stepping right in at that right tackle spot?
He's done a great job. He hasn't been overwhelmed too much as far as I've seen. He's kind of come in and stepped up. Obviously everyone's going to have their mistakes, but he's really learned from them and is continuing to grow. And, we're going to need a lot out of him, out of that right tackle spot.
What's it like having Matt Castle as a resource and being able to, after a practice or when you're breaking down game film, to go in and watch it and learn with a guy who's a 12-year vet?
He's been incredible for me, including Alex Tanney. To have the quarterback room the way it is now, it's for me, it's been really helpful. After every single set, I can talk to one of those guys and ask them what they saw, and they've really helped me, even from OTAs, just kind of feel comfortable in the offense and really learn some of the little things that they've learned throughout their playing experience.
Mike has talked about you running the football before. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but how much of a responsibility is it to protect yourself, and is that something you actually have to think about, or does it come naturally to you?
It's pretty instinctive. I think if you play with the mindset of trying to protect yourself and try not to get hurt, you end up getting hurt because you're playing at a slower pace than everyone else. So it's really just kind of playing instinctively, knowing when to get down. I've been in a lot of situations throughout my career where I got kind of tagged or I got hit pretty good, and I've kind of learned from it. But again, it's more about being instinctive and not trying to just, play soft, really.
Do you feel like the deep ball's been better for you already?
Yeah, we've had some success with it. It's day 4 or 5 of camp, so it's still relatively early. But if we can grow that aspect of our passing game, that'll really help us out as an offense.
How much of that counts on an effective run game?
It's a combination of everything. If you're able to run the football, it obviously opens up the play action and deep passing game. Even if you're throwing kind of the short intermediate routes, that too will open up some of the deeper passes. So again, it's just taking what the defense gives you, and hopefully you'll get that shot and we'll make it.
Harry Douglas stepped in today with the first team for a little while. Coach Malarkey said, you guys didn't miss a beat. What does he add to the receiving room? What does he add as a resource for you?
Experience. To have a vet there who's played for quite some time, played in the offense, has been around these coaches for a long time. You know, he understands what's expected, and you know, to have him as a resource to kind of go to, you know, makes not only my job a lot easier, but the receivers, the young receivers, and a lot of the young players. So he's done a great job for us.
Anybody say anything through yesterday that stood out, whether it's how far they've come or how long they followed you? Or
I think there was a couple people there that had stayed at midnight or something like that, which was incredible. And you know, we really truly appreciate the support. You know, this team wouldn't be where it's at without that support, and you know, we're really appreciative of it.
they step aside.
Marcus Mariota talking about all the people that have stepped up to come out and watch him. The autograph lines have been huge over the weekend. Today and yesterday, he hung around to sign even some more autographs for the fans that went out early in the morning, skipping work, or bringing their kids out to watch the team practice. And obviously, a lot riding on his shoulders this year. If he has a big year, the Titans have a chance to have a big year. We're going to switch gears, talk some college football after this. Vanderbilt Media Day. Head coach Derek Mason hits the podium when we return.